an original.
From Story Studio Network.
Folks, here we go. We're all set, ready to roll, ready to rock and roll. It's a Friday. And normally we don't do this on a Friday, but here we are. It's Now and Next for July the 7th, 2023. It'll be a shortened version. We're going to do something, we hope, that's regular. And it's just another way to reach you guys. This will be primarily video. It will be the Friday Now and Next thread. How's that? We'll post it on the new platform. Joined yesterday, one of 10 million of you out there using Thread. So we thought we would post this there. It's also on our YouTube channel, if you want to find that. Story Studio Network. And that's all good. We'll end up, with a few more of these up there. Right now, we've also got all of our audio up there. So that's kind of nice, right? And that's just a new way of reaching audiences that we hadn't explored up until recently. So welcome in. This is the Friday thread for Now and Next. And it's something of an occasion for me. Because normally at this time, and if you look at the clock, it's going to be pretty close to just ahead of 8 o'clock. I would be spending time on John Moore's show. I've been a regular contributor on Moore in the Morning on News Talk 1010 for the past, 8 years. And that's 8 of 20 years I have been associated with the radio station. Year and a half ago, I stepped away from doing the weekend morning show and just devoted my time and energy to doing this. So now we're doing podcasts. Story Studio Network, and if you're following along, you'll know that story fairly well. If don't, go to our website. If you don't know the story, go to our website, storystudionetwork.com. But I'm here this morning, just ahead of 8 o'clock, because, I was called last week after making my appearance and contribution on More in the Morning on the Roundtable that I wasn't needed anymore. I wasn't going to be part of the show anymore. Why, says I? Don't really know. That's the problem, I guess, in terms of, where they want to focus their time and energy, but it wasn't on me. So the individual who broke the news to me was unaware of the reasons. Some speculation, some thoughts, some whatever, hallway conversation that was overheard. Maybe you're a competitor, which I thought was kind of interesting and odd all at the same time. That somehow our small but mighty team here at Story Studio Network is in any way a competitor to News Talk 1010 or Bell Media. But that's where we are. No longer am I on John's show. So I thought I got some time on a Friday morning. I always cough up, 20 minutes, half an hour, depending on the nature of the prep and all that sort of thing. So I thought I'll still do it. And we're going to do it on the new Meta platform, Thread. So if you're watching there, thank you. And feel free to share this because we just want to get the word out. You can see I'm on all of the various platforms on Facebook and Instagram and Thread and LinkedIn and Twitter still. And you can find me on all of those. At Dave Trafford is the easiest way to get going there. Now, that would be great if you could follow us on the social media platforms. But it would also be kind of cool if you were able to just, follow and subscribe to the regular Monday to Thursday podcast which is Now and Next. And I do that, with news and views every morning. And then we've got a little bit of interview opportunity there. We spent some time interviewing big brains and analysts on some of the stories of the day. So if you want to subscribe and you're watching on the video, get your phone out or just scan the QR code right there in the bottom right corner, and it'll land you right on our landing page for Now and Next. You can subscribe right there. It actually lets you choose whichever app you use, whether it's Apple or Spotify or Google or iHeart, or you name it. There's a list of them there where you can find the podcast. Or you can subscribe, follow right through Spreaker, which would be kind of fun. And it would be great to have your insights, your input, whatever it might be, in terms of how you'd like to contribute to the show, comment on the show, get involved in the show. You want to pitch a story to the show. We get a lot of that, a lot of PR firms in our inbox pitching stories. And we get to talk about some of these stories in a context of, detail that we wouldn't otherwise be able to explore in other media. You certainly, we would get deep on some stories, relatively speaking, on the radio, but it didn't happen very often where we could take 20 minutes and talk about the nuanced angles of a story. And one of the most recent ones we did, sat down and chatted with lawyer Courtney Betty. And he is an activist in the Black, and particularly the Black youth community here in Toronto. And we talked about the Supreme Court in the United States having rulings last week that I think, are somewhat controversial. It's rolling back rights that people thought they already had. But the one that really stuck out was the affirmative action was struck down, where the colleges and universities can use affirmative action in terms of deciding who gets admissions. So Courtney has some pretty interesting perspective on that, being a Black man, an immigrant to this country, and the opportunities that were afforded to him, and how it changed his life to be the first person in his family to have the opportunity to attend post-secondary. Goes on to be a lawyer and now runs his own law firm. But it's interesting to hear his perspective on the history around all of this. It's easy to dismiss affirmative action as some mechanism just to tick boxes, right? Anyway, I would encourage you to go back and listen to that episode. It was earlier this week on Now and Next. On Tuesday, we had that conversation, and we aired it on Wednesday. So give it a listen. So if you haven't done so already, just click on the QR code there, scan it, and away you go. Otherwise, if you don't have that access, then just go to Spreaker.com. That's like speaker with an R, Spreaker.com, and search on Now and Next. And you'll find us there. Just would be great to have you guys be a part of this. So I had the opportunity when I stepped away from the morning show on News Talk 1010 to say goodbye to the audience. I do not have that opportunity now after 20 of the past 24 years being affiliated and associated with the good folks at the station. So I know you're not all here, but if you do know somebody who's wondering, hey, where'd Dave go? I'm here. And we'll be here Friday mornings with your Friday thread for Now and Next. And again, if you like what you hear on Now and Next, the podcast, by all means, leave us a comment, leave us a rating. And also, it'd be kind of cool if you told a friend, share it. Let somebody else know that we're here and we got stuff to talk about. And it's stuff we think that you want to talk about. It's Now and Next for Story Studio Network. Now and Next is produced by Becky Coles. Our production manager is Jamie Nickerson. Audio editors are Mike Trutler and Drew Garner. And our sonic logo designer is Greg McDonald. Our executive producers are Dave and Aaron Trafford.
This is SSN.
Story Studio Network.